I threw my neck out in the middle of Swan Lake tonight. Act 3, to be precise. Everything up to that point had been going pretty well. I've danced Swan Lake a lot. Actually, it was the first ballet I ever did with the company. My parents and my sister Gwen flew in from Michigan for my debut. I remember trying to describe my stage position so they would know where I was in the flock. "I'll know which one you are," Mom said. "I'll be holding my breath the whole time, and probably squeezing your father's hand off."
"Actually, the collective noun for swans is a wedge of swans," Dad said. "Although that's used when they are flying in a V formation. Otherwise it might be a bevy of swans, or a herd."
"Merde," said Gwen, because that is what dancers say to each other instead of break a leg. Some dancers say toi, 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 which is kind of an opera thing. I've always thought that was a little pretentious, but whatever works for you. The girl who had my dressing room before me was Jewish, and she put up one of those mezuzah thingies on the doorway. She took it with her when she retired, but I still touch the strip of sticky tape that remains before going on stage. That isn't about superstition or religion. It's about ritual. Well, maybe it's about superstition, because I did it the first time as a joke, and that night I had a spectacular performance, and so now I always do it. I wasn't having a spectacular night tonight, but it was clean. No real mistakes, everything neat and tidy. The first role of my evening, one of the 4 big swans in Act 2, had gone well, despite Fumio dragging the tempi. That's fine for Anne-Marie, who was dancing Odette and likes things slow, but tough on the rest of us, who had to stand still and cramp through solos that felt like the length of the Old Testament. For Act 3, I was dancing the Polish princess. That's a solo, and it's fairly action-packed with pirouettes, but for some reason, I find it less daunting than Big Swans. Maybe it's the costume. For Big Swans, I'm all in white, crisp feathered tutu, white tights, white pointe shoes, feathered headpiece. The whole thing just screams, "And now, serious ballet. Please be perfect." Polish princess gear has a knee-length skirt that hides a multitude of sins, and it's all flounces and furbelows. Jaunty little headgear. I feel like as long as I keep up a general air of, "I am so hugely psyched to be Polish," and avoid actually falling on my ass, I'm in the clear. It occurs to me that maybe you don't know what Swan Lake is all about. I haven't assigned you a face or body, invisible audience member, let alone a background in the arts. Maybe you've never seen Swan Lake. Maybe you've seen it, and you still don't really know what happened because you dropped your program under the seat in front of you and didn't want to scramble around for it in an ungainly fashion. Swan Lake, like all the major classical ballets, really needs program notes, because otherwise you have to follow the plot points in ballet mime, and God knows those are truly undecipherable. You're familiar with the music, though, right? At the very least, you've heard it in a TV commercial for, like, Mop and Glow or something, and seen that line of linked dancers in white feathered tutus clip-clopping in pointe shoes across a sparkling floor. Dun 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 daddle dun 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 daddle dun dun dun. Tchaikovsky. I'm not being condescending. I try not to think about the fact that most people don't ever go to the ballet, but I get that they don't. I do get that. So, yes, a synopsis might be in order, and if you know it already, you can just nap for a bit.